Hello?
Hello. Hi, Chris. How are you today?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. It's pretty cool to hear you.
Good.
Uh,
Great. So, who are you? What's your name?
Barbara,
Barbara. Nice to meet you.
you are now in Prague, right?
Yes.
You had shows in States in September, and now you're in Europe. Then you go to Berlin, and after that to Poland. What can you say about the tour until now?
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I'm a little bit tired, but generally, the IAMX crowds are so special and so giving and warm. It's really, it gives me so much energy to see these people all the time. It doesn't really matter how tired I get. I always get picked up, in the shows. So the shows are great, and it's nice to be back in Europe for a little bit, because I live in Los Angeles now. I'll be going back after the tour, so I'll see a little bit of Europe before the winter comes, and then go back to LA. Mm-hmm. So it's perfect.
Yeah, I checked your schedule, and I was surprised that you had only one show in UK. Why only one? Are you going to do more shows later?
Well, we did a few shows earlier in the year in Manchester and Bristol. It's a kind of place where you can't really play too often. So we always do really good shows in London, and many people travel. They come down from the north and all over the country to see the shows in London. So that was kind of enough. It was enough for us to do that one show, and it was a big show. So it was sufficient for covering that country. It's a small country as well. So it's not the kind of place where you can tour a lot.
Mm-hmm. And how about Asia? Have you ever been there? Do you want to go?
No, I've never been to Asia. I would like to go. I personally have been. I've spent quite a bit of time in Japan. I worked in Tokyo for a few years producing, and I did a couple of shows there, but not as IAMX. So I have been there. I've been to Japan, but I haven't been to China or Korea, not South Korea or any of those places.
And do you like the culture that there?
I do. Yeah. I grew up very influenced by Chinese culture, and I did a lot of martial arts when I was younger, and I sort of immersed myself in the philosophy. Actually, I like the philosophy of it all, but I've lost touch with it a bit now.
I saw you for the first time on stage about 3 years ago at Impact Festival in Warsaw, and I was very surprised because I didn't expect that something like that. It's hard to have an intimate contact with fans, with people when you play on big festivals, but you surprised me.
In a good way?
Yeah, in a good way. That's why I'm calling to you today.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't usually like festivals because people are so far away, and a lot of the reason why I do this job is to come into contact with people, because I'm quite an antisocial person. I'm a bit of an introvert, and I'm quite shy actually in my private life, but when I get on stage, I have the opportunity to connect with many people, and usually it's harder at festivals to do that. So I push myself further, and I really want to, I want to touch people, and I want to see people's eyes, and it's important to me.
Mm-hmm. You released in September "Everything's Burning," which is continuation of Metanoia, and in this songs it describes a world which is full of pain, fight between people, death and blood. and in the first three songs, I felt like, I don't know, it reminded me about the attacks that been in France, Belgium, Germany. Did you think about this during when you was writing the songs?
I didn't actually. The song was written a few years ago, so it's just coincidence. But I, that stuff is happening all the time. That's human nature, and it's just come closer to us because it happened in Western countries now, and that there's always violence and hypocrisy and bad things happening. But there is a specific, because of the closeness of news now, you can access information all the time, and we're bombarded with so much negative information all the time. It feels like the world is collapsing all the time. So if you're a sensitive person like me sometimes, it can be quite consuming. So to write about that really sort of helps me to digest and to keep stable about it all. It's a hard world, but it's a beautiful world, and I think that's what IAMX is all about. It's about trying to find beauty in difficulty.
And when I'm listening to your songs, although that you show very difficult expressions, experience, and you show serious problems, but I don't know, I think music, uplifting the songs, like voice is leading the music, but music seems warm and uplifting for me. Can you agree with that?
That's good. Yeah, that's the point. My nature is actually quite a positive, optimistic, hopeful person, but I'm also a very thoughtful person, an analytical person, and I look at the world and I observe human behavior, and I look at myself, and I just can't stop thinking. So I put that into the music, but overall, I feel that there's hope at the end, and you can overcome, and you can change, and life can be good, and happiness can be learned, and it's all possible. Everything is possible, and that's an amazing thing. But I think for me, my way of dealing with it, my therapy is to get it out through observing the bad things, and also saying, well, there's this bad stuff, but actually you're above that. We can all be above that, and we can all transcend, and we can all be beautiful and happy and ecstatic and all of those things. It's a very emotional thing for me.
Mm-hmm. I know that you spent some time at the desert in California when you was writing this and previous album too. Do you like spending time near nature and in peace and quiet without the internet connection?
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. I think it's difficult now. Once you open the world of the internet to the human mind, it is an extension of your mind. So it's very difficult to not have it in your life. So I do have internet there. That it's just I don't need it as much because you're connected with a different force. You're connected with nature and the energy of the universe, and it's something else. You don't need much else. You know, that's how we've evolved. We're still prehistoric minds with all of this technology around us, and when we go into nature, you feel good because that's how we've evolved, and we don't need to think so much. And I love being in the desert. It's so wide and silent and strange, and it's like another world, and it's very inspiring.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And would you like to say something to your fans from Poland, from Kraków?
Sure. You know, I love playing there, actually. It's always been a crazy time, and I'm really looking forward to being there again, looking in the eyes, hearing the screaming. And the Polish fans are awesome.
That's good to hear it. Thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to see you on stage on Friday, because it's just a few days
Very soon. Yeah.
to the show in Poland.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.